I don't want to name the person, but let's say on New Year's Eve, I was there talking to a Chow Chow girl, and Chow Chow girl brought up the topic about Kashmir files. The Kashmiri in me always obviously wanted to debate there, like, तूने कैसे बोला and all that. But keeping all the things that she said about Kashmir files, which she said that it is one side story. It is showing just one particular side of the story, what happened with the Muslim, it didn't show. I gave my points there, but honestly, I was just thinking ki, how dumb, honestly, the audience is that they don't want to understand the things that a particular person is trying to showcase. I asked a simple question: where were you when a movie like Haider came? Like when a movie like Shikara came, which was basically like you made fun out of an exodus, right?
Yeah.
So that was there. So to you, I wanted to ask, when movies on these historical concepts are made, do you think they can ever be unbiased?
No. I don't think they can ever be unbiased, which is why you need to keep reading, reading, reading. This is another reason I don't like fiction. Right? I think fiction is the worst possible way, and movies are the worst possible way of exploring history. When you go and watch, Richard Burton and what's her name in Cleopatra.
Theobetra, I haven't seen.
रिचर्ड बर्टन से 7 बार शादी किया था यार उसने.
Sad in real life.
Um, 1 second, let me check this.
Yeah.
Richard Burton wife. Elizabeth Taylor, amazing actress. I loved her. Cleopatra is not the true story of Cleopatra. You're none the wiser watching that movie. Okay. There are all these historical movies that came out in the swords and Gladiator is so historically wrong, and Gladiator 2 is even more historically wrong. Okay. This whole nonsense you hear about good King Richard and bad King John, complete rubbish. This whole nonsense you hear about Ashoka being a great king, complete nonsense. He destroyed the empire. When did we start seeing movies as a barometer of our history? History is a very nasty, difficult subject to go through because it doesn't suit anybody's narrative. So let's take movies in Kashmir. They'll tell you, oh, it doesn't go into the fact that the rights of Kashmiris were systematically removed after 1947. What do you mean they were systematically removed? You had more rights than the rest of India did. So then should we make a thing on how the rest of India was oppressed? And we should kick Kashmiri Muslims out of the country altogether because the rest of us were oppressed, that we didn't enjoy the kind of freedoms you did. Let's talk about the fact that, oh, but you know, Indira Gandhi's closest advisors, Dhar and Haksar and all those people were Kashmiri. So?
Nehru was himself a Kashmiri.
Was Kashmiri. So what? So, you know, these are all the kind of false equivalences that people will bring up just because they don't like a story. See, basically, if you don't like a person or a book or something, you will make up any excuse to bring it down.